All right, welcome to Three Nerds Deep. My name is Adam. I'm joined today by Andrew and Andy as always, and welcome to our part 3 of our Infinity Saga ranking. This should be the conclusion. So, those of you
better
who have
be.
been waiting very patiently for us to get to the point, get to the number one, should be satisfied after today.
We're ready to satisfy you.
We're very
Don't say it like
generous
that,
way.
Andrew.
Don't what?
Don't say it like that.
I don't know what I did wrong.
We're just very generous that way.
Okay. I agree. So, with that smooth transition, let's go ahead, recap where we're at so far. In case you didn't want to watch the first ones or the first or second episode, probably due to audio issues, which are hopefully worked out. We're judging
slowly
this
but
based off of
surely
Adam's
we will
ear.
be getting our audio better.
Yeah, nothing but better audio. Let's recap where we're at. So, our list from the 24th ranking, we have. Let's see. Where did we go? We 24th is the lowest. We stopped at. Oh yeah, we stopped at 10. Stopped all the way at 10. So, in lowest to highest, we have Captain Marvel at the lowest. Thor: The Dark World, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 3, Thor, Ant-Man, Black Widow, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Spider-Man: Far From Home, Black Panther, Incredible Hulk, Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain America: Civil War, and then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and at number 10 is Age of Ultron, the second Avengers movie. And yeah, we like our list so far. I feel like we're comfortable with it.
So far.
Yeah. Andy, how
Well,
satisfied are you?
that was Andrew's goal, was to make sure we're all satisfied.
Yeah, everybody just want to make sure. Here at Three Nerds Deep, we like to make sure we're all satisfied.
No, it's a good list, I think. What are you laughing at, Adam?
Fine.
So far,
Moving
like we've
on.
had a little bit of controversy, but you know,
I would watch this in this order so far, without shame. To start at where we're at with number 10 and go that way and gradually get disinterested. I feel like this is the point. Like that's where I would be.
and it's funny, like some of these movies that are like on the lower end. A lot of times when I'm trying to watch the movies all the way through, like from like timeline order, there's a couple of these where it's like this is kind of where I stop. Like, this is where I get stuck. Like, it's like I don't want to watch this one, but I'm a completionist, so it's like I can't watch them out of order. My brain doesn't work that way.
Oh, I do also, disappointingly to myself, I have to retcon something I said in the last episode, which was there would be no more ties. And I hate to call myself a liar, but I'm a liar. There is one more big set of ties coming in here. So, sorry to disappoint. Didn't want to have any more, but there were some changes that we considered, and we are set to go with that. So, let's pick up where we left off. This is not a tie. And we're kind of all over on this. Remember, we are nitpicking now. We've already decided that these are, for the most part, all of these are at least somewhere between the range of fantastic, great movies to it's okay. Don't think we'd put any of these necessarily as bad, but Captain Marvel's close. Captain Marvel is the one that is the closest to bad on this list. But even still, we would say it's okay. Anyway, coming in. Oh, do we have something else to add?
No, I just said yeah. I was agreeing with
Okay,
you.
cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Coming in at number 9, we have Doctor Strange on our list. Doctor Strange for Adam was an 8.5, Andy 7.5, me right there in the middle at 8. So, I liked this movie visually. I thought this was a visually interesting movie. Especially at the time, Marvel hadn't really delved into the mystic arts, and it was different. This one, I think I went in the most skeptical and came out the most happy at the end of it in comparison
Yeah,
from any of the other Marvel movies.
I would
I
agree with that.
feel the same way. It's like Doctor Strange, he's a sorcerer. How's sorcery going to work in this? And then
It works really well.
And then it worked. It worked really well. Despite my 7.5, I really do enjoy this movie.
So
Yeah.
why here I am with the 0.5 less than me, but why so low?
Honestly, I'm trying. Maybe when I ranked it, it has been a while since I've watched the movie. But I'm just, I don't know. To be honest, it's like I really enjoy the movie, but I definitely think, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should have ranked it a little bit higher, because when I'm thinking about it, no, I'm not going to change now.
Too late. We're not going
It's
back.
too late. I can't change it. But maybe I would give it a higher ranking, just because like the villains, because you got Dormammu, who's like the main overall villain, but then you've got the Mads Mikkelsen character, or whatever his name is. Is that the actor's name?
Yeah.
I can't remember what his character's name is. He's fantastic. The one thing that maybe I might critique is like the main, like the.
Did we lose Andy? I think we
Oh
lost
no. You can't find
Hello?
him. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
we
back.
found him again.
Okay.
We lost you for a second.
Okay. My thing is like the thing. I don't know if you heard me say this or not. Before I cut out, they don't explain really well why Mads Mikkelsen's character is the bad guy. Like, it's kind of really vague on why he's. You know what I mean? Like it, in my opinion, maybe that's why I graded it a little bit, because it's like, it seems like he's just trying to do this just because he can, or he's angry, but they don't explain why he's angry.
I don't know. I thought they explained it, but it was really generic.
Like they say that he lost somebody,
no, he
and
like
Dormammu promised that he would get them back or something like that. I don't know.
I was pretty sure it was more he just lost faith in the stuff that the mystic arts were being taught from oh gosh, I can't remember the actress or the character's name. The main person,
Ancient
the
one?
Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, the ancient one.
Yeah.
That he
And maybe I'm
because she started
misremembering
using
too, like-
she started using some of the dark mystic arts, and he called her a hypocrite.
Yeah, I remember that part,
Yeah.
but like it just was like, I guess he, if I remember correctly, he was mad at the Ancient One for using like forbidden magics, but wouldn't let him use it for some reason. Like he wanted to use the forbidden arts or whatever, and the Ancient
Right.
One said no, and then he turned to to like the dark side, if you will. Like, I would have liked to know a little bit more about why he, decided to betray everybody and murder a bunch of people and all that stuff. But like the casting's great in that movie. Like Benedict Cumberbatch. The funny thing for me is like he seemed like MCU Sherlock Holmes, which is funny because he played Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
Like,
Well, I
and
mean,
then
I'm going to make that
even
because it's Benedict Cumberbatch. He embodied Sherlock Holmes, and probably because
yeah,
I mean,
I think it bleeds into like almost every character that he plays.
and then
the real
Tilda
question
Swinton
is
killed it as the Ancient One.
Tilda Swinton. Thank you. Real
She
question
killed
is,
it.
will we know who Benedict Cumberbatch was if it wasn't for Sherlock Holmes?
Yes, because he played Doctor Strange.
But would he
but
have
would he have
gotten
gotten
the
Doctor
role if he didn't?
Strange?
Before, we probably wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Schmaug?
But it was cool to see like the introduction into like you said, the mystic arts in the MCU.
Honestly, I think that was all it needed to be. Like, with how well they did the visuals, and it just freaked you out. Like, I remember talking to a buddy of mine. His name's JP. Like, visuals were so crazy that his son had to leave the theater because it hurt. Like, he had a physical problem with it, but even still, after leaving, he was like, "But it was stunning. Like, it was really neat."
Right. I think my dad also said that the visuals, kind of just, it was crazy. It kind of made his head hurt, type of thing.
Yeah.
But,
And I think that's all we needed. Like, the action, the things that we remember from that movie are the important things. And and unfortunately, kind of the story wasn't that big of a deal to us. We were like, "Whoa, mystic arts and fighting, and what is this nonsense?"
I love how in that movie it, you think sorcerers, you think like the stereotypical like wizard, ancient sage, but no, in this they were like magic, but it was like brought out through kung fu and like
yeah, they were kung fu wizards.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's cool things they did, but they also were like fighters, and a lot of their stuff had to do with creating magical weapons, and it just was very cool visually, like we've already said. But it just like thinking of a wizard, you think, oh, I'm gonna D&D firebolt type of thing, super squishy, gonna get wrecked as soon as somebody comes in melee combat, and then these guys are like, well, guess what? I also know Kung Fu. And a lot of my spells aren't ranged, they are melee spells. So
until the next Doctor Strange movie, anyway. Then it gets
if there is one. We don't even know.
Oh no,
because like
not on this list.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
It's
talking
the
about
only
like future projects. He kind of left you hanging because they had the Morbo or whatever his name was, who was like taking the magic away from people.
Yeah,
they left you hanging, and then it never gets addressed, and it's like, what?
Yet. Maybe it will. Who knows?
I doubt it. It's been over close to a decade, if not longer, since that cutscene. Like, I don't think we're gonna get a resolution.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Dude, to me, that was the worst part about the Doctor Strange movie, was that, like, ending, the end credit scene where Mordo takes the magic from the one guy. Like, it just, like, dude, what? Like, I understand he was angry, all that stuff, but it's like, it was a serious leap to go from that to all of a sudden, I'm going to just start taking the magic away from wizards and
leaving some guy crippled.
Right.
But just like in its defense, in its mild defense, because we still don't really know much about it, is what is the actual time jump because it is a post-credit scene, and we've seen post-credit scenes that's like takes place much farther into the future than we really know. It could have been something this guy was dwelling on for like a year, and he's been doing this for a while now, and it wasn't his first time doing this. But we don't know. That's talking what ifs.
Right.
So,
but it also wasn't that long because they didn't look aged up at all.
right.
You know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how old do you expect him to get in a year? In a
Well,
year,
that's what I'm saying is like it's not like it's 5+ years. It's
yeah,
people
but
do
if
change,
they're
and the guy that he took the magic from would have aged a lot. He was getting to that age group where you start to age a lot once you, or you get more gray hair, you get more wrinkles, things like that. Because yeah, that guy, like,
maybe
I'm pretty sure he was like 40s, to the point where your hair
So
starts to
what you're
get gray
saying,
and
Adam, is when you get into your 40s, it's all downhill from there. That's what
yes,
it sounds like you're saying.
that's exactly what I'm saying, and
technically,
that's what almost every 40-year-old I've ever worked with has said.
I
Is
don't
like
know.
once
I've
you
only
get
ever heard
40,
good things.
there's one of my coworkers. He said as soon as I turned 40, I lost my hair. Now he's bald. So I have full head of hair. Turned 40. Within like 6 months, it was gone.
No, maybe
He's
it'll
Well,
be the
also going
Adam,
opposite
through
for
a
you guys.
divorce too, so that might also play a
that's
part.
probably a very
And he
big.
also has like 6 kids, so like you know.
Yeah,
But he claimed, and he also claims bad knees, bad back all started when he turned 40.
or maybe
So
he just became a sorcerer and just
maybe,
lost his hair that way.
but yeah. Anyway, back to Doctor
Oh, okay.
Strange. Yeah,
So
like the
so
movie
yeah,
a lot.
we got this ranked at 8 or 9. Excuse me, ranked at 9. IGN not as kind on their list of 23. Once again, Black Widow is not on their list. They have it at 20th, which I
What?
think is a shame. I think that's a shame. Which maybe they're focusing on the story, but I was not paying attention enough to the story.
Right, but we can't trust IGN because they also put Captain Marvel at 15.
Yeah, that's true. Oh gosh, putting Captain Marvel above this? That's a IGN. What's going on? You need to rethink your lives right now. Like keep living. Like that's not what I'm saying, obviously. Keep living your life, but should you really be ranking movies is where I'm at. Probably should. Anyway, Rotten Tomatoes critics, it's a 76, which that makes sense. I'm gonna call critics right on that in the sense of you're a critic, and what do you know? Except
Right.
probably a lot more than me. But audiences, 82%, very much in that field of yeah, this is a good movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
that kind of tracks.
moving on.
Like that's a very
Yeah,
accurate.
I agree with them. IGN's wrong. Rotten Tomatoes, you guys got this. All right. Moving on to number 8, which I actually find very funny in rankings for us because you guys decided this is the one to be very odd on, more specifically Andy in his voting. This is the only one. So I've got to understand your thoughts on this, Andy. But coming in at number 8, we have Iron Man 2. I was just a solid 8. 8 seems to be one of my favorite numbers in this list.
I mean, I gave it a 7.8. I'm only
That's odd.
0.2
Yeah,
off
that's why we're
yours.
You're
questioning
not
it. You went
wrong.
at point eight.
You're not wrong. It's not off for me, but I want to know why it's 0.2 less than 8,
Right.
but it's 0.3 more than Doctor Strange. Like, what is that 0.3 factor for you? And just to finish it off, Adam had this at 0.25 less than Doctor Strange. This is a 8.25. So somewhere between Adam's 0.25 less and Andy's 0.3 more is what boosted this one just barely above Doctor Strange. I think it's at the right spot above Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think that's
But
kind
I'm
of what I
very
was
intrigued
thinking.
with your
Was like
guys'.
I thought it was just better, like a bit better than Doctor Strange. And I didn't think it was as good as the first Iron Man. And we haven't gotten to the
No,
first
that
Iron
one's
Man
still on
movie.
there somewhere.
Exactly. And
See,
And
so
I'm
I
going to
was
tell you,
like,
if
and for
you have
me,
the
for
first
like for
Iron Man
sequel
movie,
movies, like if the first movie is really good of the original, that is my standard for the rest of the movies. And so because Iron Man 2 wasn't as good, I held it up to the standard of Iron Man. And I like it. I gave it a pretty decent score. But I wasn't a huge fan of the villain.
Whiplash.
Yeah, didn't like Whiplash very much.
Not just Whiplash.
I
It's also
Oh no, it's true. Hammer.
Hammer was a
Hammer.
joke, like
Dude,
literally a joke.
but
He
he
was
was
not a
so
threat
good.
at all.
But
I
he was
think he
so
was
good.
needed.
He was funny, but he wasn't a
The
threat at
wannabe Tony
all.
Stark.
No, I don't think he was supposed to be a threat, but I think
No.
He was a
that what he
very
brought
ambitious
to it.
guy who was got in league with a guy hoping that he would do one thing and then but he's still a
Yeah,
villain.
and I get that part. And he was entertaining. The thing is, it's just like I loved him having to figure out how to, get rid of the toxicity that was killing him. I loved the little backstory about how his dad had kind of figured out this element, but didn't like know how to like create it.
He didn't have
But he knew his
the
son could
technology
too.
for it yet.
He's limited
Exactly.
by the technology of his time.
Exactly. I love that part, but like I said, in a movie like this, you gotta nail the villain, and I just was not a fan of the villain. And I don't necessarily think it's like the actor's fault or anything. It's just like Whiplash didn't seem like a very like he seemed like a I don't know, not like the main villain. Like he should have been like the muscle for the main villain type of character.
Hmm.
And it's not because he came off as unintelligent. It just was like
Vanko is supposed to be real smart.
And exactly, and I don't know if they just I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. Like I thought
Andy just
he was a
buds.
I don't like what?
Buds.
Birds. I hate birds.
You mean my boy?
Yeah.
But maybe that's part of it. Just I was not a fan of the not great Russian accent that was used.
He did great. What are you talking about? Did you hear our attempts at Russian accents? They were awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not trained
Okay.
actors who have access to accent coaches.
We have access to them. We just
Yeah,
can't
it's called
afford
YouTube.
them. But YouTube.
Anyway,
Free.
like I said, I like the movie. I really enjoy. I do enjoy when he's in the race car and Whiplash attacks him while he's driving the race car. That's a really cool scene. I just, like I said, it just the villain didn't do it for me. So,
So for me, similarly to Thor: The Dark World, this was one that I liked more after rewatching it even a couple of times. At first I was very similar to Andy, not impressed with the villain choice. But as you learn more about like Iron Man and stuff like that, I'm also a big Batman fan. And the biggest difference between Batman and Iron Man, because people like to compare them, has nothing really to do with them except for their rogue gallery. Batman's rogue gallery is stellar, as well as there's the silly people. Nobody really knows much about Iron Man's rogue out there, where because especially at this point in time, unless you were a huge comic book nerd, you didn't know a whole lot of them. And Whiplash is a pretty high up there one. We all knew he wasn't the one. That was the Mandarin, which we already talked about with Iron Man 3, and the rug pull, and we're upset. But Whiplash seemed interesting in the sense it was another smart guy who could figure it out, which was really the whole premise of Iron Man 2, both with Hammer and with Benko, is there are surely somebody should be able to replicate this technology. And the movie essentially starts up with saying, no, everyone's way behind. Nobody's going to be able to remake this. This is my stuff. I'm going to keep it with me. And it was shown, no, that's not the case. People are smart too. And I liked that narrative. I liked that they were explaining more to this, because that's a really big question. Who's making these? How is it that nobody else in the world is able to make this suit after it's been out there and it's been replicated? Nobody's even trying to remake it. And then Iron Man 2 is like, oh no, people are definitely doing it. They're failing for the most part, but they're trying. Some guy got ripped in half.
Right.
Which I always thought those
he
were
did
brutal.
live though.
He
did live.
I'll have you know that
that
pilot survived.
He's, despite the fact he pees backwards now. That. If I could say there's any scene, I don't think there's any scene more gruesome than watching the training of
yes,
Hammer's quote unquote Iron Man suits, because you can get away with it because it just looks like giant robots, but there are people in those, and it's awful. They're
right.
Nope.
Really, a guy gets spun around. His torso gets spun around while his legs stand still.
Yeah,
and just the scream that you hear was like, ugh. It was like, oh no, that's not good.
I will say.
I also felt that this movie did a really good job at handling the Rhodey actor change. I thought they did a good job with casting. They went from one Oscar-winning actor to another Oscar-winning actor. They made it real obvious, because they don't look alike at all, but they made it real obvious. This is Commander Rhodes? I think it was. Yeah, this is Rhodes.
Colonel Rhodes?
This is the new guy, Colonel. I think that's somebody different.
I think he's a colonel. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Side character.
If you would know.
He's got a decently high rank.
And his job in stepping into the War Machine costume was really neat. The final fight lived up to the expectations that I wanted to have, where they were just fully armored. Everybody was at their best, and it was an all-out brawl. And I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. So.
Yep. I will say another thing that's in this movie's favor is the introduction. Sorry, tongue-tied. But
you can do it.
They brought in Black Widow.
Just give up on the word.
I'm struggling. My tongue's getting all tied. But Black Widow made her appearance, and is everybody was we were so excited because she's beautiful. Two, it really showed how much of a badass she is very quickly. Took down Happy like he was nothing without even trying, and then taking out that hallway scene where she just takes out everybody's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was really good to see that.
Well, and also I loved because they had a bunch of spoilers in it too. Cap's shield was in that movie.
Yeah,
and he used it to prop up his what was it, a particle accelerator he built or something?
Well, that wasn't the shield. That was like
right, but it was
a prototype looking
right.
thing.
But
But yeah, I got what you're saying.
yeah, it was Captain America. Like it was like, oh, are they going? And
It gave a
then
hint that Captain America's out there somewhere.
right,
You just gotta
exactly.
find him.
And then I always love when they show how smart Tony is. So like, I really, really love Andy hinted at or talked about earlier, but when he creates the element, like
Right.
the scenes where it shows him just being the genius he is, because like we know he's smart, right? But he also is cocky. He's a playboy, things like that. It's like, but when they really show just how smart he is some of my favorite scenes. Um, so yeah, I put this one slightly below Doctor Strange just because I think I just enjoyed it slightly less, just slightly, ever so slightly. And then
For how
I was just gonna say,
say,
it's a little bit of a spoiler for me, but like I ranked this one slightly above Iron Man 1 because I personally think the villain's better in the second one than the first one, in my opinion. But again, it's only slightly above the first Iron
yeah,
Man. But
I think something that's interesting we were talking just between Iron Man 2 and Doctor Strange. We like them for very different reasons, but it's not
right,
necessarily because the opposite reason or the reasons because of the opposites aren't good in either movie. We talked a lot about Doctor Strange's visuals being awesome. Iron Man 2's visuals are still awesome. When he puts the suit on from the briefcase, like that was a thing that we wanted to see. That would show up in the comic book. Goodness, I think they even did it in the cartoon that was out in the 90s for him. Is he had a briefcase to put on the suit. And it was just really cool to see how it
They should have
happened.
brought back the Tony Stark mullet from the 90s cartoon. That's what they should have brought back.
That's another variant. I'm sure they'll bring that into existence. And if they don't,
The Doctor
Robert-
Doom is going to have a mullet. That's what's going to happen.
at one point in time, and then he shaves it. That's what it is. The Doctor Doom that is going to be Tony Stark's variant was the 1990s cartoon version.
Somebody made fun of his mullet one too many times, and he decided to take over the world.
And that was it. All right, let's see. Iron Man 2. This one, I completely disagree with IGN. They overshot this one. This is the first one I'm like, you guys overshot Iron Man 2 here. But they put it at a 2. They put it at number 2 on their list. Second best Marvel movie.
that is crazy.
But this is
I don't
where
necessarily think that's crazy. I think once we got into the top 10 movies, I think depending on if I would have given Iron Man 2 like a 8.25, that could have bumped it up all the way to in our top 5.
right, but
I think there's so many nuances to when you're grading things. I don't agree that it's the number 2 movie, but I get how you get there.
see, I think
I could
this
see the argument for getting it
Right.
up there.
The thing is,
But
they didn't do a point system that they showed us. They just showed us the ranking,
right.
and like you
This was
compare
one guy who
Iron
gave
Man
a
at
rank.
right. It's like they put Iron Man at number 2. Yeah, Doctor Strange is at 20.
I'm not
Right.
saying that they're not a dummy. I'm just saying that.
And like
Well-
our next movie, which not spoiler, but they had ranked very, very low.
So I
Like
think
below Captain Marvel.
for what it is with this, with it being 2, where we have it, we disagree. But we might be slightly in the wrong. But I think this is more personal. I stand by where we have it. I think having it at number 8 is a really good spot. I don't think we should put it at 2. That being said, when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores, critics and audiences have it ranked at 92%, which is pretty good. For those to agree and to be high in the 90s, we might be different than everyone else, and I think that's okay. I think that's a safe thing to say. maybe you're out here listening to this and you're like, I really like Iron Man 2. 3 and D, you guys are just dumb. And you know what? We accept that we might be dumb. We have been dumb before, and we're willing to be dumb again. And
Nobody's ever claimed I'm the smartest person in the room, so
not once.
definitely not even once.
Not even when you're in a room by yourself.
My wife just told me I was the smartest person in the room, so
Your wife is lying to you.
She probably
You
is.
should tell her. You should tell her you don't think of marriage built on the foundation of lies is a healthy relationship. All right, moving on. We are now in Crazy Town. Congratulations, Crazy Town population us, because this is where I want us to not have ties, but instead of not having ties, we have a three-way tie for fourth place. So congratulations, we accidentally slipped into the top 5 with 6 movies remaining. And they're all right there.
This
They're
one's
all
not
right
tied,
there.
unless I don't have the updated version.
I think you need to update your version.
Okay, let me try that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't
this one
think
is
so.
25.25.
Oh,
And then the
you
next one is
guys need updated
25.5.
version.
I just updated it.
Yeah, I could sworn
Just-
I updated it, but
Maybe reload it, like, because these are all ties. From it, this is stuff that was updated from where we had things before, so it might
No,
have changed.
I've updated it like twice, and it's still.
I'm gonna
No.
tell you guys.
he is
Anyway, I'll
the
go by
keeper
you.
of the
Let's do
ranking.
I am the keeper of the notes. I have it
keeper
all.
of the notes.
That is my job. That's what I did.
I've got one job.
Do it.
It's stupid, but I'm going to do it. Sorry,
I'm so
did you know
excited
that-
for that documentary.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just saw that. For those of
Alright,
you who
we'll have a-
aren't in the know, they're making a Galaxy Quest documentary, and I'm
Yeah.
super excited. I love that movie.
I thought they already did that.
No,
Are they making another one?
It's coming out. No, it's coming out.
I could have
look it
sworn they
up.
made one earlier, like a couple years
Maybe
ago.
that's-
But they got a lot
Alright,
of
here's
people like Data is in it talking
Bruce
about
Banner.
it. Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
Spader? I don't know.
No, not Banners.
I think it's
Gosh.
Spiner.
I think it's Spiner.
Anyway,
I know him as the guy who farts in Master of Disguise. No,
Right.
that's
I
not
know him
true.
as
I know him as
the
He's
guy from
actually
Independence
got
Day who's
great-
oh boy.
All right, back on topic. That was a brief commercial interruption for whatever the Galaxy Quest documentary is that's coming out. Thank you for you're welcome for the free sponsorship, not sponsorship, advertising. There you go. For all 16 viewers that we have now. Or what was
20.
it, Adam? What are we up to? 20! You guys did it. Thank you, Moscow and UK. And
We got somebody from the UK.
Yep.
yeah, we did.
Sure did. They're probably like,
That's awesome.
I would try an English accent, but I can't. But they're like, these guys are stupid.
That was a really good English accent that you said there.
That was a
pretty
terrible
horrible.
English accent.
That's pretty awful. Don't stop listening to us because you can't talk in an English accent.
Yeah, don't be offended. We're just dumb
Anyway,
Americans. That's
We're just dumb Americans. Okay, so we've built it up enough. We've argued about it. Let's talk about it. For the top 4 spots, in no particular order, but I will break it down into a particular order, is Avengers Infinity War, The Avengers, the first one, and Iron Man. And Adam would put a tie with just some 8s on Avengers Infinity War and Iron Man, saying they're just as good, with making Avengers higher at an 8.5. we are hitting into some of Andy's favorite movies here. He has a tie for Avengers Infinity War and Avengers at 9s, and Iron Man a little lower at 8.5, which is currently his highest rankings on any movie that we've talked about in this list. And I have them all different. My order is much easier. I have the Avengers as the lowest at an 8, Avengers Infinity War at 8.5, and Iron Man at 9. So we are all over the place. We don't agree once at all.
Did you mention what you put for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
No, we
You did
didn't.
tie
That's
to.
where we're changing it. We did. No, that one's not tied.
Oh,
That
you
one
changed
isn't
yours?
tied.
That's
We
probably
just
why
jumped
it's
it up.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, because on
that
mine
one's
you have
jumped
it
up.
as an 8. On my list, that
So,
won't update.
I have it as an 8 on mine. For myself?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
it's
said
an 8. I
Avengers.
skipped it, so I spoiled
Oh.
one thing. So we have Iron Man 2 is 8. And I jumped and I skipped over 7. So you guys are welcome to this.
So Adam and I
Or-
went crazy when we were arguing with
Or
you.
we could just cut it all out. We could cut this whole
No.
out. We'll just start fresh.
Just start the
Adam's
whole
like,
thing.
nope.
Not the
we're
whole
not
thing. We
cutting
can just start
anything.
from
We're
here.
just gonna
That's
keep
fine.
rolling.
So we have a
Keep
lot to
going.
talk about, and we're gonna let you guys know things. Once again, Andy is not the smartest person in the room. That is irrelevant to this now, though. So let's back up. Iron Man 2 is 8. The next movie is, in fact, Guardians of the Galaxy. We have this at 7. No tie. This is our 7. And Adam has it at 8.75. Andy has it at 8.5. And I have it at an 8. So this one is a good movie. This is another one I thought was a big surprise. How is being in space going to help? How is being a Marvel movie in space going to be any good? And man, was it good.
Right.
That's all I've really got to say.
James Gunn at his best.
This is
about his best.
Superman might be James Gunn's best, but
well, that's true.
This one's close. This
From
one
the
is very
soundtrack,
close.
from the soundtrack to the visuals to the perfect comedic timing to the heartfelt parts of it as well, while also opening up the world to space for the Marvel Universe, where we saw space fail when Thor: The Dark World initially came out, and where Thor came out, it wasn't like people might have liked the space thing, but it wasn't as big and broad as Guardians of the Galaxy was.
I feel like we just weren't ready for it. Like there wasn't enough established stuff, you know.
I would argue that if James Gunn had directed a Thor movie, it might have been better. But he might not have gotten the right tone too. I feel like it was just Guardians of the Galaxy was just what we needed to get out into space in the Marvel Universe.
Right.
I
just thought this did a great job of just like kind of like, you know, Doctor Strange. I didn't mention it, but Doctor Strange opened up Marvel to magic, right?
Right.
To more magic. This opened Marvel up to, like Andrew said, space and aliens and the much, much bigger Marvel universe that is instead of Earth.
Well, to add to it, it successfully opened us up to space and the bigger Marvel universe.
But in Thor: Dark World, like it was mainly just elves fighting elves and stuff, and like him.
Dude, no, Thor went and fought that giant rock thing.
Right. That. Have you seen the thing where that's actually Korg's dad?
Yeah.
Talks about how his dad was killed by a guy with a hammer.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, there was that scene. But other than that scene, like it's mainly just the Asgardians versus the elves and stuff. Like it did, but like I don't, you know, it just wasn't as
It
good.
didn't do it well. It wasn't
Right.
as successful.
Whereas Guardians
Well, I think
opened up Marvel Universe to the universe of Marvel and did it well.
the thing about Thor 2 is I don't think Thor 2 covered space in that very well because they talk about the 9 realms. So
Right.
you're like,
Right.
oh, there's 9 areas that they can go to, which is a huge area that you can go to in the Marvel universe. But then Guardians Galaxy was like, there is a legit universe with
Right.
celestials and
Yeah.
nowhere where they're just mining out of this celestial's head.
Right. Odin just
And
stopped at 9 realms.
yeah.
Right.
And the thing is, like, for me, I am not a huge comic nerd. Like, I've read some comics, not a lot. I'd heard of the Avengers when the Avengers came out. I'd never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
And, like, when they're all doing their mugshots and the guy goes, what a bunch of a-holes. I'm sitting there like, who the heck are these a-holes? And then by the end of the movie, I was like, I love these guys. These guys are the best. Like,
Yeah.
It was just good. And looking at my ranking on this, I would either, and compared to other rankings, I'd either rank this up higher, I think, which would be interesting looking at the rest of the list and stuff. Because technically, if I ranked this up like up by 0.5, it would put this up into the official 4th spot.
Right.
But it makes me either want to rank it up higher or more likely, and I'm really discrediting my own self with this statement, I would rank Thor: The Dark World down by 0.25. Because I do think this is by far, out of all of the 8s I've given, I do think this is by far, actually I would rank this one up instead by probably 0.25. Because I think this one by far is a superior movie than Doctor Strange, than Iron Man 2, than Age of Ultron, and then Thor: The Dark World, which is where I've put all the 8s at so far. And better movie. If you had to give me a choice between all those movies I said, I would probably pick Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Easiest. I think, like I told you guys, like I'm a completionist. Like if I start the Marvel movies, I got to start. I think this is one of the few movies that I could just watch because it's part of Marvel, but it's not really a part of the Marvel universe until like the very end of the movie. Like most of the movie, like they don't even mention Earth. They say, "Oh, he's Terran." What the heck is a Terran? Turns out it's somebody from Earth. Like, it's almost disconnected, but connected because obviously there's an Infinity Stone involved. But it's
Right.
like, it's not really connected because you don't know anything. Like, we don't know anything about the universe outside. So it's like, for me, I could watch this as a standalone. It's like, hey, I want to watch a movie. I'll watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Normally, I'm like, well, I can't watch this movie because then I got to watch these movies first because I'm crazy. But this movie, I do feel like I can watch it at any time, like because like I said, it's connected but not at the same time. Like it's in the world, but not. But anyway, love this movie. Like when we first made the list, I had a typo. And I was like, why is this rated so low? I just typed it in wrong. Because this is very deserving of being in the top 5. Or 7, technically. But
like I'm even trying to think, why would I have put it at just an 8? Like what would have made me cut down 2 points?
Were you in a bad mood?
Maybe I was in a bad mood.
Xenos,
but there's
that's why.
Yeah, that's it. No, I think it's
he had been playing Warhammer Space Marine earlier that day, so he's
that's probably what it was. Daggum Xenos.
I think what I would have said, the things I could definitely rank it down to not give it a perfect score is the final dance off battle where it was comedic, and it's hilarious, and I don't want them to take it out. A little cheesy to really put it on edge. Like I'm trying to nitpick at this point.
I feel like if you had to nitpick, would
There's a little
be
bit of
Ronan
lore
is
throw up.
yeah.
A little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, I would say
Like you said, it's still good standalone, but they did have to put in a lot of stuff into
right.
this movie.
My thing is the only thing that I would say would detract it would be like Ronan the Accuser could use a lot
Right.
more screen time / backstory. But again, how much they had to fit in this, there probably just wasn't time. Because like it's
Right.
like, why is he trying to destroy Xandar? Like they just say he's an or extremist, but like it's like why?
There's not
You
much to him. He doesn't have very
Right.
much depth.
It's like, oh, okay,
Which is
big-
funny because in the comics, I'm pretty sure he was like an original Guardian of the Galaxy in the comics.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Ronan was.
I know he
But-
at some point is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Maybe not original, but I do know he is part of them eventually at some point in the comics. But
Yeah.
it's hard to do
Alright.
that in the MCU when they blow you apart with an Infinity Stone. Can't really walk away from that.
Oh no, they can. It's called the multiverse now.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that
Okay,
bullcrap.
so we had this at 7, and this is where IGN is just wrong. Like
Yes.
if we had
So
a giant
wrong.
stamp of wrong and putting it on there, this is what it would be.
This might be
IGN
their
has
biggest sin.
IGN has it at 22, second worst Marvel movie in the Infinity Saga. How dare you? How dare you, IGN? What they were very angry that day. I'm actually mad at Rotten Tomatoes for this one. Where I gave them credit for Iron Man 2, this one actually makes me a little more mad than IGN. Because they have critics have it at 72%. I get it. I don't think it's supposed to be for the critics, not this movie. And I could forgive that 72%. But audiences, you guys, us, this at a 71%. That's
Wait, are you
wrong.
sure you're reading the right one?
Yeah,
You're reading.
Guardians, 71%.
Yep, 70.
And I'll
that
even double
seems-
check it.
I can't even believe that.
On the Rotten
But-
Tomatoes, on the Rotten Tomatoes tab in your thing, it says Guardians of the Galaxy had a 92%.
I'm gonna double check because I want to be wrong.
No, I think you're reading. You're reading the Iron Man 2 one, Adam.
No, Iron Man 2
Guys, let me.
had 72 and 70, unless he got them swapped.
Maybe I got them swapped. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm a little. Okay. Let me check this out. They might have gotten swapped because. Oh.
I was gonna lose all faith in humanity.
Oh,
Like-
this makes me feel better. I am so happy that this was my mistake. Rotten Tomatoes has Guardians of the Galaxy, which makes IGN even worse now. Okay, IGN, what is your problem? Rotten Tomatoes has Guardians of the Galaxy at 92% for both critics and audiences. So
Right.
let me check. Let me double check. Let's see if Iron Man 2
You
might be
swapped
different.
Iron Man 2 and
That's
Guardians.
what I'm hoping. Which that one is more
Well-
forgivable.
well, and that
That's-
was
that's
also
exactly what I did.
Ridiculous because IGN put that too.
Yeah. So, gosh. You guys got to screen your writers over there, 2019 IGN. I'm
Wow.
gonna go ahead. That bugs me so much. I'm just gonna fix it. 'Cause-
wait, no. On your tab for Rotten Tomatoes, you have IGN saying that Iron Man 2 is the 22nd movie.
Did you just flip-flop them?
oh, maybe they got
Yeah.
flipped around. Maybe
Maybe you
something
got to
happened in the
retcon all the
numbers.
smack we've been talking to IGN.
if anything, it might have just happened in the last bit. But I'll double check. I can find this out. Nonetheless, it doesn't change our list and where we have them.
Right.
So, we can move on talking with that while I can look into double checking all those rankings. Because most of them didn't move.
Right.
Nonetheless, we've already talked about it. Our four-way tie here. We have Avengers Infinity War, the Avengers, and Iron Man. And none of us agree. We all agree that they are great movies, but none of us have the same score on any of these.
Right. I'm actually, there's a part of me that's really personally confused why like Iron Man and Avengers Infinity War are this high. Like not that they're bad movies, but like my rankings obviously like I mentioned that Iron Man 2 would be above Iron Man, but like Iron Man being above like Guardians of the Galaxy and like Doctor Strange. Like yes, it was amazing, but it was good. Like Infinity War, like I like Infinity War, but there's some to me some major detractors. But
Talk about it.
well, for
Yeah,
me,
what's their
no Hawkeye in Infinity War. Of course they're going to lose. They didn't have Hawkeye. Every time they don't have Hawkeye, he's gone. They lose. Granted, it's only been one time, but still, like, and they never explain like, oh, why he's not there. It's just like, oh yeah, he's not. Maybe they do. And I
we
just
know
don't
why
see it.
he's not right there.
Right, he retired.
Oh, that and the fact that he was on house arrest still,
Yeah, but
probably.
still. Also, Vision is just they nerfed Vision way too much. He goes from being awesome to being kind of lame.
So
Yeah.
I've thought about that, and where I don't necessarily disagree, I wonder if they're speaking to a narrative about love. Like he's
Love makes you weak.
less willing to kill because, yeah, well, kind of like he's caught
It's
up
not even that
in
though.
that.
Like he just gets his butt kicked.
Like
He can't even protect the woman he loves because he instantly just gets
that's
wrecked.
where I would disagree with you, Andrew, because
No,
anybody
I'm
who
saying if. I don't know. There's no real
yeah,
evidence. I'm
and
wondering. I'm not even saying
I
that's my
don't think they
standpoint.
tried to hide anything in the Marvel movies. I think it's just we made him too overpowered, and we know that Thanos needs to get this Infinity Stone out of Vision. How are we going to do it? Oh, I know. We'll weaken him for some unknown
Right.
reason.
He spends the entire
Like
movie injured and like, oh, I can't do anything. I got stabbed in the first like 2 minutes of the
there,
movie. I'm actually a
I
robot, but
love
for
Cap.
some reason I get stabbed and now I can't function. What they should have done is like
Yeah.
had a big epic fight scene between him and Thanos.
Mm.
You know, and
Because
then
the
been
thing
like
that gets me
that would have been
is like
sick.
I love Captain America, but there's no reason why he should have put up a bigger fight than Vision against those people who came and attacked him when he was in whatever Eastern European country he was hiding with Wanda. Like,
Hey,
there's no reason why Captain America should have put up a bigger fight than
hey,
Vision.
don't you
I
diss
love
Captain
Captain
America.
America. I love Captain America, but there's no reason that Vision should have been like just getting his butt kicked, and then all of a sudden Captain America appears and is a bad A. And granted, he is, but it's like, what the heck? Vision literally has one of the most powerful objects in his forehead, and yet he's weak,
Right.
and that might be why Infinity War is lower than, because I rated it pretty high because I still love the movie, but it was probably should have been one of the top movies, but because I love Vision or loved Vision and they ruined him, um,
Look what you did to my boy.
What you do to my boy?
like I love Infinity War. Thor doing the whole taking on the full power of a
Yeah,
what's
The
it called
dying star.
a dying star
right.
was so cool.
Right.
Like,
And
it
that's
was
like one of the reasons why it's still an 8 to me. Is like there were really cool scenes, but there was also a lot of things that I'm just like, dude, they nerfed obviously they They nerfed Vision. We can talk to death about that, but they also nerfed the Hulk. Like, there's no way that the Hulk would be afraid to come out. That made zero sense to me. If anything, the Hulk should have been a rage monster the entire movie,
Well,
in my
technically,
opinion.
he did come out
Right,
in the
and
first.
Thanos slapped him around like he was a child, which is
And,
ridiculous.
and that's the real problem right there.
And then he's
The
like,
thing
"Oh,
is,
I
though,
don't
they
want to
had to
come out.
make
I'm
you afraid
afraid."
of Thanos.
Right, but like it could have been Thanos outsmarted the Hulk, not Thanos whipped the Hulk around
But he
like he
kind
was
of
an
did.
infant.
Like, if you watch the fight between the Hulk and Thanos, Thanos was using, like, legit combat training to, like, redirect the Hulk's punches and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't like he just out-muscled the Hulk. He used his superior fighting technique to defeat the Hulk. Because the Hulk is just I'm going to smack things around till they die, essentially. But Thanos is like, okay, I'm going to use this my superior combat training to, like, redirect his hits so that he doesn't hit me. Like, I get what you're saying, but I'm also like, they showed that Thanos is a very big threat. We already knew he was a threat, but the fact that he's strong and he's got some kind of combat training where the Hulk can't even hit him. Like, I get that we all wanted to see the Hulk at least, like, land a punch or two, but I think they really did need to set up, like, how big of a threat Thanos was, besides having all the Infinity Stones.
Well, how about you just have him the fact that he wiped out the remainder of the Asgardians? He
No,
kicked
only half.
Heimdall and Thor.
Only half. He never wipes out the full population.
They didn't have a lot, and there wasn't a whole lot left.
Right.
But yeah,
So,
he
like,
didn't wipe
half
them all
of-
out because they did have some survivors.
There
Right,
was
there's a
survivors.
whole new Asgard.
His whole
But
thing
the thing
half.
is, right, the
He only
thing is,
wiped out
though,
half.
the thing is, Heimdall, he
I don't know why I'm defending
whooped on
Thanos.
Heimdall, who is a beast, whooped Thor.
But even when you look at the things, like, Heimdall is not, like, ranked among the most powerful Asgardians. Like, he's cool. We love Heimdall. But when you look at, like, I've looked at lots of, like, rankings of, like, powerful Asgardians. He's not in, like, the top 5 strongest Asgardians. Because if he
Right.
was, then he would have probably tried to help fight Hela at one point, but he didn't, because
Well, he was already in hiding because Loki banished him.
true. But I'm just saying, like, we love Heimdall, but we can't think, like, I love Faendril and the big bearded guy.
Well, yeah.
They weren't that powerful
No.
when it came to, like, Marvel heroes. Heimdall is awesome, and he's got really cool powers, but that doesn't mean he's strong enough to try to, like, take on Thanos. And obviously he tried to take on Thanos and his guys because he was injured when he sent the Hulk away. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we just
He
didn't get
also-
to see him.
Right.
See it
They
happen.
did show fighting, but, like, you could have just been like, oh, yeah, there's Thanos is a beast because he took down Thor, who had came more into his power, and also was wielding Odin's spear, which is more powerful than Mjolnir.
Did he have Odin's spear?
Yeah, at least he
I
should
don't
have,
think-
because in the end of Thor Ragnarok, it shows him sitting on the ship with a spear, I do believe. If not, where did the spear go?
I think Hela
he
still had
spear.
it. Hela still had
I
it, I
don't
think, when she
remember.
went and fought. I think she had it when she went to
You
fight.
might be
Surtur.
right. I might be misremembering it, but still, I mean, he wiped out. He kicked Thor, Loki, and Heimdall's butt,
True.
and snapped Loki's neck like it was nothing. Like, it's.
I mean,
just-
but out of all three of them, his is the easiest one to probably snap.
right.
Yeah. Who's got a pencil
Right.
neck?
Yeah. So,
And
like I said, there's still really cool scenes. Like the ending, like the big battle is awesome. Like it's well shot. It's awesome. But for me, the reason why it's an 8 is there's a lot of detractors for me. Like
I just thought about this, but
also
your
Black
problems
Widow
with
having blonde hair looked weird, and I looked
it
weird.
did look kind of weird.
Like there were several scenes where it looked like she had no
Oh.
eyebrows. It just
I think, like you talking about, and I don't want to.
I'm telling her you said that. I'm gonna.
well, they
I don't-
changed
I
her
don't
hair
wanna
back to
nitpick.
red, so apparently they thought the same thing.
Her hair's naturally blonde.
Right, but like with the way a lot of the scenes are shot, like she looks like she has no eyebrows.
Adam, why are you always talking about Black Widow? That's what I want to know.
It's not Black Widow. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Anyway, I do agree that I don't like what they did with the Hulk in this movie because, like, they kind of made Bruce Banner kind of lame. Like, the whole, you're screwed now when Thor shows up. I was like, oh, that's just, you guys are fighting against a giant army. Can we, not do the whole lame
but
middle
he was
school,
not
like, you're
wrong.
screwed now? No.
He was not wrong.
Like,
Thor
no,
came and just wrecked everyone.
He did. But it
You know what
it
else
came
would
off
have
as
helped him
kinda-
to be
kinda
so
goofy to
screwed
me, but
now? You know what else would have helped him to be so screwed now? If
Hulk
just showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And like 10 times more angry and mad. See, like the Hulk from the Incredible Hulk movie. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
reemerged.
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
he's so angry because like they should have had a scene where they're about to be overran before, like maybe that around the same time that Thor shows up, and all of a sudden he just becomes
I don't think they
the
could have
rage
done that
monster.
because then I don't think Thanos would have gotten to Vision if that happened.
Well, the thing is, he
that's
has the
biggest-
Infinity Gauntlet though. Like
It's true.
a rage monster
At the
can only
time-
do so much when he can warp reality and.
Yeah, by the time Thanos got to Vision, it's more believable that he could have beat him so easily because it is now
That's true.
5
He had
Infinity Stones against 1.
Yeah.
But the worst, like we say that he got nerfed. No, he got nerfed. We realized his softness in the fight against the Thanos' minions, who are awesome warriors in their own right, sure. But it's pretty much the guy who single-handedly defeated Ultron, just from his sheer existence now,
Right.
Mhm.
being absolutely whooped by a bunch of Thanos' lackeys.
All right.
That one, that's the problem there. But Thanos versus Hulk when he only had maybe 1 Infinity Stone? Did he have 1? I'm trying to remember if he had 1 Infinity Stone at the beginning of that movie. No, he hadn't gotten it yet. He was about to get it. And he whoops him? Like, took the guy that he was so afraid of, or they were worried about in Avengers, and he's just like, oh, I'll just box him down. That was the biggest problem I had. But
Still a great
overall, it's so good because you have everybody meeting people all over the place. You have
like them telling Bruce
all
Banner
over.
he needs to bow to Black Panther was hilarious. Like he's like, I've never
Like,
met a
don't
king
do that
before.
here.
What do I do? We've
Yeah.
been talking about Infinity War a lot. I will say, Iron Man, they kicked everything off. Like, there's not a lot I feel like we need to say about Iron Man just because it's
Without Iron
really
Man, there's
good.
no MCU.
Right.
Exactly. They kind of showed that it is possible to make a really good, like, comic book movie. Because, like, before that, there'd been a
With
lot
a hero
of misses.
that not a lot of people knew.
Yeah. Avengers, I think it was just they took this idea and were like, I wonder if we could do it. And they did it, and it worked.
Yeah.
See, I had a
will
lot of
say-
hype for Avengers. I had a lot of hype for it. Like I said
Right.
before, I watched it happening. I knew where they were going,
Yeah.
and I wanted it so bad that Avengers, at the time of its release, it was like a 10 for me.
Right.
But it is easily the worst standalone movie. you can't just pick this one up without watching any of the others. It is an awful movie in that regard.
Right.
But because they have so much invested into it and the payoff so good. And we want to talk about Hawkeye again. Hawkeye was on the wrong side at this, and when he was on the wrong side was winning.
Exactly.
Then they lost
So
Hawkeye,
Hawkeye's
and
the
then, oh
GOAT,
my
is what we're
gosh.
saying.
What we're really saying, I love Hawkeye. Go read those Hawkeye comics. They're good, guys.
Dude,
Jeremy
I love
Renner is
Hawkeye, but
perfect
also
for Hawkeye.
right. Jeremy Renner's portrayal is so good. Like I even love the Hawkeye show. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. It was based
I-
off of the comics with the boomerang arrow. There's this one scene. There's this one little part in the comics that I just loved, and he was explaining all the different arrows, and there's just for some reason I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's just the one box in there, and he's talking with Kate Bishop, and she's like, "Why do you even have a boomerang arrow? It doesn't make sense to have it." And it's just this one slide of Hawkeye holding his boomerang arrow, and it says because ... boomerang, and I'm like, yes, that is right. Why do I have it? Because boomerang, and
Why not?
I loved that,
It's like, do
and
you have a boomerang arrow? No,
yeah,
didn't think so.
and I'm pretty sure if I have to go back and watch the show again, but I thought they paid homage to that as well, where he just says because boomerang, or they ask him about all the different arrows and why does he have them, and he's just like because like, I need them,
Right.
and that's
Yep.
the most. This is such the simplest explanation. Why do I have these? Because I don't know why yet, but I have them because I might need them, and it's just good.
And also liked in the Avengers, like it was the first time they showed Tony Stark doing something kind of not for himself. Like he does some heroic things in the Iron Man movies and stuff, but a lot of it's kind of like seems like he's still kind of that selfish playboy guy. But then when he takes the nuke into the portal, like he knows that's a one-way ticket. Like he knows,
Right.
but he does it anyway. And I think that's when like I always liked Iron Man, but I think that's where it was like, okay, this guy, I love Iron Man. Like,
You know what's the biggest detractor of the Avengers movie? Captain America's suit is horrible.
it's not
awful. It's too comic book accurate.
Yeah, it looks horrible. Like,
And even some way, it's both too comic book accurate and also not enough comic book accurate at the same time. I don't know how they pulled that off, but they did. Like
yeah.
if you look at the original
That's
art
America's
in the comic
butt
book,
you're talking
it looks
about.
like right. Even if
Hey,
you look
you
at the
watch
original
it.
art, it almost looks like chainmail, like blue. I don't know exactly how they did it, but I don't know what the idea behind it was, where it was like this rough fabric that you could see.
It's probably supposed to be feathers, right? Eagle feathers or something, right?
I don't know, but it was like all over, and it was really small. Maybe it was feathers. I don't know. Like that would be
All right.
too much there.
I think
All
we should
right.
get to our top 3 if we want to finish this.
Oh my gosh.
Today.
I'm worried that we're not gonna get to finish it. Okay, top 3. Are we committing to this?
I think we have to.
Yeah.
All right, we have
I
to.
promised this would be the
Okay.
last one at the beginning of the episode, so
So it would
I don't
be a
want to be
lie.
a liar.
Adam a liar.
All right.
Don't want to lie to our
All right.
dear
Already
people.
here. It's gonna be ready for a longer episode. All right, top 3. Number 3. You should be able to figure it out if you've got a list with you. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got to back up just a little bit, real quick. I did fix this, so I know what's going on now. Okay. IGN rankings: Infinity War at a 5, Avengers at a 6. So those are right where we've got them. Technically, we have a tie. Iron Man at 11. So
I personally would think that'd be more accurate than where we have it. But
Yeah, that makes sense for where you have things. I would say
Luckily,
I
it's not
completely
just up to
disagree with
you,
you.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam. All of these, though, it's really cool because combined between critics and audiences, they're all mostly in the 90s. Avengers Infinity War has the lowest critic score at 85%, but has the highest audience score at 92%. Avengers has two 91% for critics and audiences, and Iron Man has the highest critic score at 94%, tied for the highest critic score out of any of them in this saga, and also has a 91%. So that would, in my opinion, if you combine both of them, Rotten Tomatoes would put Iron Man as the best Marvel movie, and they've all just gradually gotten worse. Except that's if you combine them.
right.
Because Black Panther technically has the 96% on critic score, but it's all the way down to 79 on audiences. So if you combine them, Iron Man is Rotten Tomatoes' best movie. Or by Rotten Tomatoes is Marvel's best movie. All right. With that, moving on. And we are right there, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3.
Oh,
Oh.
we lost Andrew.
Andrew, you cut out.
Oh, good. Then I'll say it again. Is
Okay.
Avengers Endgame. Adam has it at a 9. No, Andy has it at a 9.5, tied for his highest score. And I have it at an 8.5. I have it at an 8.5 because I also ranked Infinity War at an 8.5. And I thought it was every bit as good as Infinity War. It just had an ending, which is really what you're there for, because it's called Endgame. If it didn't have an ending, why did we even watch it?
I think I gave this 0.5 more than Infinity War just because it was the culmination of everything we watched for over a decade. And everybody was there. Like when Cap is fighting Thanos and he's getting his butt kicked or whatever, and all of a sudden he's here on your left or whatever, I still get chills. Even though I've seen the movie probably 10 times. Every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, they're back. Everybody's back or whatever. Still, like,
I get chills
and
before that
maybe it's
when
dumb, but
dude, I get chills even before that when he's like, all right, there's this giant army and Thanos in front of me. Well, I better strap this shield tighter because,
yeah.
he didn't hear no bell. Literally, he's like, he could do this all day. Like, I'm surprised he didn't. I don't remember. Does he? I'm surprised he doesn't like have him mutter like, "I can do this all day" type of thing or something.
Oh.
That would have been sick.
No, he doesn't.
But then,
that's kind of implied.
Yeah, between the on your left, Cap picking up the hammer, it's just so good. The one critique I have about the last battle time.
I already know what you're gonna say.
All the girls coming to save Spider-Man felt very forced. And you didn't need to. There's so many bad A women. It felt very forced to have a girl power moment.
Well, I think what made it kind of cheesy was the fact that they all stood and posed.
Right.
There's like a good 5 seconds of them all posing, and it's like that seemed unnecessary.
In all the other movies, you've already established these women are awesome. It just felt awkward. And also,
honestly,
Spider-Man's a beast. Let's be honest.
If you just watch, if you just saw the scene and they said, "Oh, we've got this," and then it cut away from the posing scene and just showing them doing things, that's all I really needed it.
Right.
Because the posing feels very unrealistic in that scale of warfare going on. let's just all pose real quick.
Right, especially
And
because
that's
it's like
where it was cheesy.
all the women just happen to be posing and right next to each other in this
And
battle.
Well, they all happen to be right in that area during the
Right.
battle. Even though at the beginning of the battle, they were stretched across the entire battle,
Right.
not just in that small area.
Right.
it's
But
so interesting because it was seeing this at the midnight showing, you hear all the cheers at all the big things, and this was not one of them. And it's like they set it up to be a big cheering moment. And I don't know if they were just setting it up for the girls who come and watch these movies to like all chant and cheer, but that never
Yes,
happened. It
Queen.
wasn't like, oh yeah, go girl, go
yeah, but the thing
girl.
is, like, even my wife was like, that was kind of cheesy.
Right. It's
Like,
because
so I
it
don't think it
was.
resonated with girls like they were trying. Like, a better like girl power moment was in Mandalorian. I think it's season 2 or whatever, when the girls go to
Rescue
like
Grogu.
the Fennec Shan and the
Right.
other girl who got fired by Disney. Am I blanking on her name?
She's
Anyway,
rehired now.
yeah, but they went and they fought like just the two of them, but it was like so seamless and like it was like, oh, this is how you do
It would
something
have
like
been
that. Like,
it would have been so much cooler for it to be like an Easter egg if they didn't line up the poses to watch the scene still play out the same and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's all the female superheroes who did that."
Right.
That's cool.
yeah,
And instead they're like, "Okay, here comes the female empowerment moment." And I'm like, "Listen, we could have just had the moment." It's such a cool point to show all these really awesome, powerful women. But why did you have to give me a book cover for it?
mm-hmm.
And then they actually like end the book on it afterwards, because then you don't see anything like that ever again. Then it almost goes immediately to is that Iron Man doing his thing with Doctor Strange, and then Iron Man taking all the glory at the end with him with the self-sacrifice. And you don't see any of the other girls do anything else. And it's, like I said, it was very forced but and unnecessary to have just that scene
Right.
of them posing.
I will say this
I
movie
also
does redeem Captain Marvel a little bit in my mind, because the whole scene where all of a sudden all the guns just point up and Iron Man's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Something is entering Earth's atmosphere," and then just skyrockets and just demolishes the ship. Like, such a cool scene. Like, because Captain Marvel is very, very powerful. Like, and it was just
Yeah.
awesome to that. And you know, we were talking about that girl power scene. It's like they didn't need to force that, because like Captain Marvel did that. Like, Scarlet Witch frightens Thanos so much that he tells his ships to just fire. Like, I don't
Right.
care. Like, I'm getting my butt kicked. Like, those scenes are so awesome. Like the scene where like they had such gut wrenching moments, when Black Widow sacrifices herself. Like, your heart just gets torn from you when it's her and Barton fighting over who's going to sacrifice themselves.
Yep.
Like, and then when he gets back and they all realize Nat did not make it back, it's just
well, the thing that gets me every time is like Tony struggling so hard, especially over Peter Parker.
Mm.
Like, he is torn up. Like, even though it's been like, granted, you don't get over somebody's death after 5 years. Like, it takes a while, but like I think that's the main reason why he decided to do it. Like, it wasn't to like bring everybody back. I feel like Tony Stark did it to bring Peter back. Like, I think that tore him up so bad. And then the fact that he married Pepper, had a kid, and you got to see that sweet little girl of his, and it's just like, and then when he dies, it's like, what the crap? Like, it's like, I don't know
Totally
if I ever got close
unnecessary.
to crying in this movie, but I got close. Like, it's like, what? No! What about his daughter? She's gonna grow up without her dad. Like,
It is a good
ugh.
it's a good wrap up to the saga. They did a great job
Yep.
ending it.
Should have ended it there.
Should have ended
It
it there, but
should have been
instead
done.
we
Like,
Then we wouldn't have gotten the
did
Spider-Man No Way Home or whatever.
I
Far From
mean,
Home.
Far
We
From
could
Home.
have. They just didn't need to tack it. That was the thing. It was shameless tacking on to the Infinity Saga. Just move it into the next saga, guys. Like, just move it on. Like, we don't.
right.
No, I'm talking about the
Maybe
one with the
that's what.
three Spider-Mans. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
they
I
would have
know, but
stopped
then
making Marvel movies, we wouldn't have gotten that one.
No, we don't need to
And I love
stop.
that
Right.
Just
one.
like
Thing-
we're talking about the one saga. Let's just move Far From Home into the next saga.
Right.
If anything, Far From Home. If we're talking about the whole grand scheme of the saga, Far From Home is the end credit scene of the whole saga.
True.
It's like, we're not done, but here it is, and it's
Right.
just move it
Right.
on.
And the thing
Like,
is, like, the amount of good movies to not great movies. Granted, I haven't watched them, but from what I heard, Fantastic Four is great. Fantastic movie. Thunderbolts, from what I hear, is also a good movie, and I heard that newer Captain America is good. But like, there's a string of just not great movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
Well, the newer Captain America, the newest Captain America movie, it's like a solid C plus B minus movie. It's a
Yeah, I
step
liked
in
it.
the right direction. It's not great though.
Right.
I haven't seen
but
Thunderbolts or Fantastic
it's
Four yet.
turned the
But,
tide, apparently.
yeah.
Hopefully.
But
All right.
anyway, where did IGN and Rotten Tomatoes have this one at?
IGN, we are, like I said, we're right there. We are, the top three are the ones that we agree the most with everybody else. Avengers Endgame here, we have it at a 3. IGN has it at a 4. Right after their Infinity War, they have it going the Avengers movie, then Infinity War, and then Endgame. So they have this at a 4, and this would be their number 2 if you combine on Rotten Tomatoes. This would be their number 2 if you combined it. Critics have it at a 94%. Audiences have it at a 90%. Which, if anything, that's surprising that those numbers aren't really switched. I would imagine more people would like this from an audience point of view than the critics would have. But it didn't. More the critics took over. So, moving on to our number 2 and inadvertently our number 1, if you're paying attention. I guess we'll keep it a secret until we get to it. Number 2 is Thor Ragnarok. And we mostly are all in agreement with this one.
Dude.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, Adam has it at 9.5, Andy has it at 9.5, and I have it at a 9. And I only gave out 2 9s. So
I only gave out 2
I-
9s as well.
yeah, it's
Andy was pretty
fantastic.
liberal
Start
with
to
his nines.
finish. Pretty liberal.
That's the
But
first time I've ever been called liberal.
Stop it. It is a.
It's
I
so-
think, in my opinion, it is what Guardians of the Galaxy did right. Thor did it better.
Well, it had the perfect amount of Waititi. Perfect amount.
Perfect amount. They didn't overdo it. It was so
No.
good. It
Thor: Love
changed
and
the
Thunder
world.
way overdid it.
We're not talking
Way
about it. Over Thor Ragnarok, it was good. It had serious moments. It had hilarious moments. It did
had-
not have Natalie Portman.
Thank goodness.
It did have Jeff Goldblum.
Had Jeff Goldblum.
automatically
It
up there.
had-
Automatically gets like a point just for Jeff Goldblum.
This made me feel like when you would watch the cartoons that are meant for kids, but had something for adults into it as well to stay around. Like, there were funny parts. Like, you were there, oh, Thor, cool, he's beating up things. This is really neat. Also, there's a giant sex spaceship, but we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to show you that it exists and some of the features to
Yeah,
it.
because the ship they were in, it was for orgies, right? That's
Right. And it's
Right.
like, we're going to
At
throw
first
some
I was
words
like,
so
what
you
are you
know.
talking about? And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's got no
and it's
weapons.
hilarious.
It also has, in my opinion, I think Marvel's best villain. Like Hela is such a
Oh,
good villain.
gosh.
Like she is so good. Granted, part of that Kate Blanchett
Kate Blanchett.
is phenomenal. Just she's everything. She's just so good, so great. Like I don't know if I've seen a movie where she's bad in it, but like she is so good in this movie, so sinister. Like yeah, she's probably I think the best Marvel villain, better than Thanos, in my opinion. Like just she, I wish she got more than one movie, but
Yeah, I don't know if I would have wished for her to have more than one movie because it's like the less is more theory. We needed Thanos to be the big bad because we needed to. That's what he was built up for. All the things. Hela, if we had more Hela, she's just so bad that for her to exist, it's like another Thanos level scale of an
right.
attack.
and that's what she would have been if she would have been able to leave Asgard.
Right.
I
Like her, the
love,
scene where she breaks Thor's hammer. Like
So
they don't ease you into how like terrifying she is. Like it's immediate.
No,
Like she's on screen for like 30 seconds and she destroys the hammer. Like
it's pretty awesome.
it's incredible.
I also love like a toddler Hulk because that's essentially what he is. Like he talks like a toddler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because like it's just it's like are you crazy? He's like yes. He's like
yes.
when he's throwing stuff at Thor like
Because you actually see, that's my favorite, is you actually see Hulk have a personality as Hulk, not just a fighter. Like, not just this barbarian type of superhero.
Right.
Like, he's
And
well
then he had
praised for what he is, and then he has friendships. He's just his own individual, which leads into...
And then you had the right amount of Korg.
Right amount of Korg. But it leads into him, like, being that, like... I have a personality too type of feeling. I'm not just a weapon for you to use whenever you want. Not that it makes sense in Infinity War, but like they kind of set it up that way.
Right.
They did the best they can when they can't make their own Hulk movie.
I loved the dynamic between Thor and Hulk / Bruce Banner in this movie. Like again, it was the perfect amount of Lyco. Like it was like Thor was funny. Like Thor, they never really portrayed him in any of the other movies as like being silly, almost not silly, but like humorous.
Comedic?
Like when he's talking to Hulk, he's like, "No, we hate Banner. What are you talking about? I much prefer you, Hulk." And then later he's like, "No, we hate the Hulk. We love you, Bruce." Like it's and just little things like that. It's very funny and like the get help scene, hilarious.
Yeah.
You know,
Fighting for who's the strongest Avenger.
Right.
And they talk break or whatever.
Yeah. And people talk about it, about why that worked. And it's because you can it's the unsaid character development. Where he is funny now because he's been around all these other people from Earth, not just Asgardians, and he has the ability to just laugh at things. Or he's kind of learned how to be fast talking because of the people he's been around. So, moving on with that, so we have Thor Ragnarok. We have it at number 2. IGN has it at number 3. Once again, their number 2 corrected is Guardians of the Galaxy. They have Thor Ragnarok at number 3. That's IGN, and Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 93% for their critic score and a fairly low audience score. This is why it's weird for us. We're starting to agree with the critics more and less with the audience, and that hurts.
Yeah, that makes
my
me feel
brain.
kind of dirty.
Yeah, it
It's
feels
like-
weird.
It's like,
And the
I don't
I don't know how I
want to do
feel
that.
about this. But audiences have it at an 87%. So yeah, we have it at a 93, critics have it at a 93%. Audiences only have it at an 87%, which is weird.
Well, I have
But anyway.
met people who dislike Thor. They thought it was a little too silly. A little too
Really?
not serious. But I also
I've never met
forgot to
anybody who
mention-
didn't like it, but
Right, I
you need
do
to hang
have
out with better people, Adam.
probably. I do have to say, I forgot to mention it earlier, but one of the best parts of this movie is I love me some Carl Urban, and him as
Carl Urban as Scourge or whatever his name
Scourge is
Oh yeah, that's right.
so good, and it's like almost like at first I didn't recognize him, bald with tattoos on his head, like dude, he's so funny, and he pulls up the machine guns, like so good. He's like,
was. Oasis,
"Behold
Texas.
my stuff." Like it's just so good. Like yeah, so
You're really seeing him get. I wonder if Thor Ragnarok gave Carl Urban the green light to be in The Boys because of some of the comedic chops required in that. Because you haven't seen him be real funny. He was a little funny in the Star Trek movies, but it wasn't like intentionally funny. It was like grumpy old man funny.
Dude, for some reason I always forget that's Carl Urban in those Star Trek movies.
Also,
Even
Chris Hemsworth is also in the Star Trek movie, the
Right.
first one.
right. So
So,
good.
Yeah.
We should do a Star
all
Trek
right.
movie ranking sometime. That'd be fun.
Only if we can
'cause there's
include
only like 3 good
Galaxy.
ones.
Only if we
What?
include. We have to include Galaxy Quest into it.
Well,
My number
obviously.
one. Just spoiler alert.
Uh,
Captain. Okay, so moving on. Number one. If you were paying attention, you should know this is our number one. It's easily the highest ranked. And apparently, Adam at one point thought it was a hot take in a separate conversation. And me and Andy jumped on it. It was like, no, it's not a hot take at all. Number one here at 3ND is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This is the
Heck
first
yes.
time me and Andy, or this is the first time, oh no, it's not. Me and Adam have agreed before. But me and Adam have this at a solid 10. And Andy put it at a 9. So this is not what Andy thinks is the best movie, apparently.
Honestly,
But
I have said that this is the best Marvel movie. I don't know why I gave it a 9. I
oh, come on.
don't know what I'm doing. This is, in
I
my
think-
opinion, the best Marvel movie, and it should
So-
be a 10 for me. It
Right,
should
Okay,
be,
10's all the way.
but it.
What?
So just,
I'm going to
just say
change
10's
that
all the way
officially
across.
because it changed nothing. This is 10.
Because
this is
I
a
have said
3
to many
and D
people
perfect
that
ranking.
this is the best
Right.
Marvel movie, and I don't know why I ranked it lower than another movie. It made no sense in my mind. Just looking at the list
right.
today, I was like, "Wait a minute, why is that? This is the best movie." Anyway,
So I
So
think
we're
the
all
reason
agreed.
why I thought it might be a hot take is I've always thought that this was the best one. Not looking back, like as soon as it came out and I watched it and I watched the other ones, like no, Captain America is still the best one. Like,
Winter Soldier.
and I knew lots of people
I-
who were like at the time, when movie, oh no, Ragnarok's better. Oh, this is better. And then like maybe later, I've met people that later will say, no, looking back, that one's the best one. But like I know a lot of people
Dude.
that when are like on the hype train where when a movie comes out, they're like, oh, this movie's the best, it's so good, and then I'm like, nah, it's good, but it's not as good as Winter Soldier. Like
It
this,
Winter
Winter
Soldier
Soldier
became the
catching the
standard.
shield. Catching the
Is
shield had me like, oh my gosh, this is
dude,
gonna be awesome. Like it was like
when I watched this movie in theaters, I walked out of it and being like, that's the best Marvel movie of all time right now. This is the
right?
new standard. This is where everything needs to be. And I never like I had that with Avengers as well. But upon rewatching it and seeing other movies that have came out after that, I was like, okay, it's not the perfect movie. It's not like it's without its flaws. I was just super hyped on that they did it, that they finally made Avengers. This movie, it's perfect. Like it's the best. It's like one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and it's just so good. Everything's so good about it. They
the bait
and
and
unlike
switch of Nick Fury being dead. Like
yeah, everything that they did following this movie, all the other movies after this, which there's been a lot, obviously. This is a Winter Soldier is like a dead middle in the Infinity Saga
Right.
of the movies that came out. It has only every movie that's came out after that has only solidified more and more that the Winter Soldier was so good.
Yeah.
You have all the fight scenes,
Yeah. Fight choreography
the
is
knife
probably the
scene, the
best
fight
thing.
choreography is great. The military presence with the espionage on it, turning it on its head, saying that Avengers is being ran by Hydra, bringing back Hydra villains from the
World War
first
Two.
movie from World
Right.
War
Yeah.
II, bringing
Can't
back
remember what was
Bucky,
his name.
and also
Forget the computer guy. Can't think of his name at the moment.
I can't remember.
Is that Zemo? That's not Zemo.
That's
Zola?
not Zemo.
Is it Zola?
Zola.
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 I
But
like the Z's.
bringing in uh, bringing back Bucky the way they did, and honestly, I like forgot who Bucky was in the first movie. And I was like, how could I forget who Bucky is? That was like the comic book nerd in me who knew who Bucky was upset with myself forgetting that he
Right.
was in the movie. I was like, oh, it's that guy too. Oh my gosh, why is he so awesome? And just all of it. Oh, but yeah, like the espionage, the giant fights beside it, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow and Chris Evans having this like friendship relationship, which was the first time really. Like it was kind of romantic, but you could definitely tell it was one-sided, which I thought was accurate. It's just fantastic.
One sided on
And
whose
how it
side?
ends on Black Widows, I think. I don't think
See,
Chris Evans' character
I
is
think they
really
could
into
have.
it.
The thing is, they definitely portrayed great chemistry, like as friends. But like they also left it like, dude, they could easily, I think,
Oh,
been
totally.
a romantic partnership, and I don't think it was one sided. There was several times where, like, you could tell, like Captain America thought about it. Like he,
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't think about it.
I mean, you'd
No.
be dumb if you
It's
didn't think
Scarlett
about it,
Johansson.
right?
No, we didn't think. But I think what he did is because staying true to who his character is, it makes sense that he said no to that type of a deal.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It-
Also, the
Because
dynamic.
it was not very much in a way of she's not attractive and I don't like her. It was very much in the vein of despite the fact that she's dead because she also dies in that movie. I still have this love for Peggy.
Right, but like
There is
I
one
got
weird thing.
I got the thing where like yes, that's true, but like it's just he wasn't ready for that type of thing. But like I'm like they left to me
Right.
they developed the chemistry and the you know the backstory that like in a later film they could have easily had Cap and Black Widow be a thing. Like in Endgame, when they're all on the support, the world. Like I thought that they could have easily have snuck in a romance between Captain America and Black Widow, like in
Right.
Endgame. And
They
part of
could
me
have.
thinks that they could, and it could have been very well done. But like, yeah, but like I get like, yeah, the time like Peggy had just died. Like he's not
I
ready
also
to move on.
I think it
Type
might
of
have
thing.
taken
So.
away to try to add in a love story in Avengers Endgame or Infinity War at that point in time.
Maybe, but like I feel like if it was done well, it could have been like it's not like a main thing. It's just like almost not like just a minor like kind of like hint at, but like a little bit because then it would Black Widow's death would have been even more kind of crazy
Yeah.
and more devastating
Yeah.
to like Captain America in general and like stuff and but yeah. But yeah, this movie like also I think this is Sam Wilson's best movie. Like I think his character is the best in this one.
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Like the character, not like I'm not. Yeah, like I just think his
Yeah.
character's done the
You said
best as I think
you
his
said Sam Wilson, not Anthony Mackie. I had to
right.
separate that at first. But
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
I did that on purpose because
Yeah,
Anthony Mackie's had some good movies, but
that's some good movies.
Sam Wilson, like I think he's best as Captain America's sidekick. Like Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like that show was good, but I don't know. I didn't.
Oh,
He's not.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, Falcon and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
I do
Like,
that all the time.
yeah,
I actually have said Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I would watch that show too.
that would be a cool show. but
Fucking punch.
but yeah, like I
What?
just think, and then their dynamic, like Black Widow, Falcon, and Captain America's that whole espionage thing, like it's so good. You know the
I would
yeah, and all
I
like
rewatched that
Robert
movie most of the
Redford
night.
was surprising. Like didn't know he played such a good bad guy. Like
Yeah, dude, that
Yeah.
Robert Redford being the bad guy threw me for a loop.
I
was
like
like,
that it
what?
wasn't like a
He's not a
superhero
bad
bad
guy.
guy.
right,
Yeah, he's just a dude in
yeah,
a
he doesn't have
suit.
superpowers. He's not like the Red Skull who has super soldier serum running through his veins. Like he's just a Hydra. Like I don't know if he was head of
Gosh,
Hydra,
dude.
but he's like high up in Hydra. Like
That's
yeah,
actually probably he was. That's actually probably what makes it such a good movie is you don't know who the actual bad guy is because you think it's Bucky, you think it's the Winter Soldier, and you're like, no, he can't be the actual bad guy.
right,
Yes, he's not, and he's really not.
Yeah, and the
you
thing is,
and they don't even let you go away leaving the movie. They don't let you leave the movie thinking he is a good guy. Jury's still out.
right. Sure, he
So
saved Captain America, but dude, the whole emotional like fight scene between them at the end when he's like, "I'm with you" to the end of the line, like, dude,
yeah,
so
still a
the
better
thing
love
that
story than Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth.
I think the thing that really puts this movie over the top for me is just the realism of when the war ended in World War II. This actually happened. America hired German Nazi scientists.
right,
They pardoned them and said you have to work for the American government. The realism that these people who were so ingrained into a enemy thing and then they're essentially forced to work for the United States and then they corrupt it from the inside is so realistic.
whoa. So, are
It
you saying that the
almost makes
problems we
me.
have in America now is we have Hydra in our
I,
government now?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
Yeah, pretty much.
like you can't like. Obviously, I'm guessing our government didn't assume that the Nazi scientists just automatically were like, "Oh yeah, I renounce all my beliefs that I had before." But it's just like I don't know. It's just crazy, like that. I feel like that could have happened
Right.
in real life. Like
Well, and the subtle details about like where the Hydra corruption is, like that senator from Iron Man 2 at the hearing
Yep.
was a Hydra agent. Like
Right.
it's like that little thing that like it's like if you don't remember, you weren't paying attention. It's like that guy's familiar, and then like you're like, oh, he's an Iron Man too. Like he's the same character. Just now he's a Hydra agent, and like the whole scene, like how chaotic would it have been to find out that some, and it seemed like most of your coworkers are actually Hydra agents. Like when they're in
Right.
that control room and things just go to chaos, like with Agent Carter, and like it's just crazy.
It's just nuts. Well, let's see what we've got left over from the other rankings. And this is where at least I think IGN redeems themselves. Because I would be lying if I said I didn't look immediately at who they had at number 1 to see how wrong they were. And surprise, surprise, they're right. They have Winter Soldier, despite all the other mistakes they've made throughout this whole list. Winter Soldier is also number 1 on IGN's list. Totally redeeming themselves in some ways. Not a lot of ways. There's still a lot of wrong choices here. Iron Man at 22. Gosh, that's so wrong. Iron Man 2, sorry, at 22. That's still wrong. And Rotten Tomatoes, critics have this movie at a 90%, and audiences have it at a 92%, which I feel is more right in the world. But I also want to find the 8% of people that don't like this movie and ask them, what is wrong with you?
Well, I don't think
Hurt
that's
you.
how Rotten Tomatoes works, does it? Isn't it just
No,
people give
I don't know if
percentage and
that.
they take the average?
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't think that
That
there's
being said,
anybody who doesn't like, who's seen it, who doesn't like it. And if we're wrong, please let us know in the comments if you really hated this movie.
so for those who
And I will
are
tell you how wrong you
technically,
are. Aggressively.
so technically, for those of you who are wondering, the official, because we haven't actually technically said this, the Rotten Tomatoes critic score ranking would be, we have Thor the Dark World at 23. So starting at worst to best. Thor the Dark World, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Avengers Age of Ultron, Thor, and a three-way tie for what would be 16th place is Iron Man 3, Captain Marvel, and Black Widow. Then at 15, it'd be Captain America, the First Avenger. And 14 would be Ant-Man. Tied for 12th, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Avengers Infinity War. 11th would be Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's ridiculous.
That is very ridiculous.
And then 10th
I don't know.
is Doctor Strange. And now we have a lot of other ties going in, so I'm just going to give you the movies. Tied next are Captain America Civil War with Captain America Winter Soldier. These are critics, by the way. Spider-Man Far From Home and The Avengers is tied, which I think that's ridiculous to have those be right by each other as well. Spider-Man Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy are tied. Thor Ragnarok is at 4. Is that? Yeah, technically it's at 4th. Iron Man and Avengers Endgame are tied for 2nd, and Black Panther's number 1. And for the audience ranking, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Audience
Drop the ball on
ranking.
that one, critics.
We needed that one. Way to use the soundboard there.
Had to be done.
Audience ranking on Rotten Tomatoes, it goes Captain Marvel, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the First Avenger, Thor, Iron Man 3, tied between Ant-Man and the Wasp and Black Panther. I do like that those two are tied together on the audience score, at least. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah. Avengers, Age of Ultron, then Ant-Man, then Doctor Strange, then Guardians. Then these three are tied: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok. Then picking up at number 8 is Captain America: Civil War, and number 7 is Avengers: Endgame. And this is the craziest thing. Tied for third place. A bunch of movies tied for third, technically. Black Widow, The Avengers, and Iron Man are tied for third. And then tied for second, Avengers: Infinity War, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. And according to this, the number 1 for Rotten Tomatoes is Spider-Man: Far From Home. Also highly disagree with on that one. Audiences,
Yeah.
you're just crazy.
Yeah.
They're tied for second or whatever. I don't really disagree with, but the first is like that's really high for
That's really
that
high.
movie.
But anyway, that's it for us. That's where we've got everything. We just put our list down for final confirmation of our list. Captain Marvel, Thor the Dark World, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 3, Thor, Ant-Man, Black Widow, Spider-Man: Homecoming and Spider-Man: Far From Home, Black Panther, Incredible Hulk, Captain America the First Avenger and Civil War, then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, Iron Man 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. The three-way tie of Avengers: Infinity War, The Avengers, and Iron Man. And our top 3, Avengers: Endgame, Thor: Ragnarok, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Heck yeah.
We did it.
Good list.
We did it. All right. If you've made it this far, we thank you. I know it's been a long one, but we were trying to get this hammered out. Didn't want to do a fourth part, but thank you for sticking around. We're glad that you came. Please let us know whether you agree, disagree. Give us a like, a follow, all the good support. We appreciate it.
We should maybe make like some type of social something.
Probably. We'll get there. Like we've said, we're new to this and we're working on it. So, yeah, just let us know if you're there. We'd love to hear from you, via comments or anything. So, with that, we'll see you next time on 3 Nerds Deep. And we're out.
See ya. 3 Nerds Deep.